Hello, this is the RPG Crawler, and welcome to a first look of Battlecursed. Currently available in early access on Steam. It's by Codex Worlds. It reputes to be a action role-playing game dungeon crawler set in a gritty world with roguelike elements. I'm not so sure how that's going to go, but we'll see. We have standard intro menu here. I'm guessing cemetery is just... oh, it's apparently not even functional. Alright, well I have 250 coins somehow. Hall of Heroes is gonna show me all the various heroes I'm gonna have at some point, I guess. I guess this is all information... I don't know what I'm doing here. Okay, upgrade guild. I'm hitting cancel and nothing's happening. And this is a great start, isn't it? I'll tell you what, this is all non-functional. Neither is this. I guess this is all where you're going to do character creation and pick various classes that you can get, I guess. Not looking good that all of it's non-functional just yet. This may be a little bit too early access. But we'll see what we can do here. These are, I guess, just created characters already. We'll go ahead and pick a couple, I guess. Don't have a lot of choice here. Alright, this looks like a melee character. Looking for another melee character. Let's go with this one. Some sort of ranged. And then one of the casters. Looks like they've got different sorts of abilities and different sorts of attributes as well as different sorts of abilities on each one. So that is something to take a look at in the future. I have no idea how this is going to work. Got to start the adventure. Was to do this. Let's see. Character selects. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm just reading the instructions real quick. And alright, let's go with this. We'll have to try it out. Alright, this is a way early access release, it appears. So I've just got to destroy spawners, which I guess are monster spawners. As far as view goes, it doesn't look bad. It's got nice atmosphere, at least, for what it's trying to do. Still not entirely convinced on whether it's actually looking RPG-ish at this moment. Okay, what is this? What is this? I guess that is a spawner. That's not what I wanted to do. Alright, so everything's on cooldowns. On really long cooldowns. Really long cooldowns with... I'm supposed to be destroying that spawner, but I'm not entirely sure how. Not getting a lot of info here. Yeah, this is not really super impressive right now. These things are spawning endlessly, but at the same time, I'm not able to actually destroy this thing. Come on. Okay, I guess I did finally destroy one. There is no feedback on the destruction there. I hate to say this, but If you're going to put something like a spawner in there and it's destroyable, you need to give some feedback as to when it's taking damage or not. The feedback might be a little bit too long on some of these attacks, but I understand why they're doing that one, because there's 4 characters to juggle, and I know that I myself get a little bit frustrated when I'm dealing with... oh, a skeleton! Nice! Okay. Yeah, I get frustrated when I'm trying to juggle like 4 characters on a real-time thing, so I can understand that. Okay, so double shot actually has like two different cooldowns. I'm gonna lean pretty heavily on my sniper as I go through. I guess Holy Light just heals everybody. It's looking pretty generic so far, but I want to give it this way. At least the creatures are animated all right. And in today's day and age, that may not necessarily be a guaranteed thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that the coin is used for anything right at this moment. It would be interesting to see where the coin's being used, what the coin can be used for. Is there a spawner here? Yes, there is. Is that 2 spawners destroyed? I don't know how many spawners I actually have. Man, that Holy Light has a long cooldown. Really relying pretty heavily on my archer right now. I presume that little bar in the bottom tells me how many I've got to go. This would be more interesting if there were things other than just spawners or enemies around here. Right now it's just wandering through a pretty featureless underground terrain area. That's got to be... Oh, this is a spawner. Now that spawner has a health bar all of a sudden. What's with that? And what's this? Alright, this is a feature, but I don't think it does anything. Oh well. Let's heal everything. Sinister Thirst hits for quite a bit. Is that like an aura? Is that what that does? Yeah, it looks like that's an aura. So I guess then Sinister Thirst is something I need to use when I'm surrounded. My poor wizard ain't doing crap. Boom. And then he's done. Yeah, leaning heavily on my archer this time. It looks like the level may be randomly generated, so that may be the roguelike element that was mentioned. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like anything else, like almost anything else regarding a actual RPG is in the game yet. A key has been spawned. Okay, there's a health potion. Alright, I'm still trying to figure out if there's any other RPG elements besides just classes and attacks. You know what this vaguely reminds me of? Oh, man. Okay, what is following me? Why is there that red dot following me? Oh, wait. That's why there was a red dot following me. There was a rat I couldn't see. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. I think it was like Fall of the Dungeon Guardians or something. That was a dungeon crawler using real-time... Now, I hear some... It sounds like something is stalking me or something. Oh. So I figured out how to use the potion. Didn't need to. Yeah, but this reminds me of kind of vaguely Fall of the Dungeon Guardians, where you had a real-time, like, MMO-style team of people that you kind of switched between and used their actions. That was a good game. I know some people had some issues with it, but I like that game. This one may be a little bit too early, for public consumption. And I'll talk about it more when I get to... what is that footsteps that I keep hearing? Is that supposed to be me? I gotta find the key wherever it may be. I think it's just up here. Yeah, I'll talk a little bit about my impressions of this particular game once I finish this level. Because I don't think there's actually a whole lot to see here. Now, I do have a scroll. What does the scroll do? How do I use the scroll? Ultimate ability. Is that what that is? I don't know. I don't think so. I'm trying to figure out how to use that scroll. Can you use that scroll? I'm sorry. I keep popping in here. Yeah, I'm not seeing a way to use that scroll, so who knows? Well, there's the key. And I guess that opens this. Which just... I guess goes to the next level. So I found the treasure. Left click chest open. And this is... treasure for finishing a level. Found a hero potion. Whatever that does. Okay, party formation front line. I'm good with that so far. Don't need a hero potion to heal. Continue the adventure. Oh, so there are a little bit of little bit of a tree here. That's the prior level. Now I've got to pick between Undead Underground and Rat Infestation. They both look pretty generic here. This one's a little bit more difficult, so I'm going to go with that one just to provide some sort of difference with the prior level. I'm presuming it starts very easy. But right now there's not a lot to go on here except for like a wave-based... Almost like a wave-based shooter, but not quite. Just because... Holy crap, what are those? What are these? Oh, they're goblins. They're like almost Pathfinder-style goblins. Seek treasures. So it's a different little goal here. That's nice. I guess there's our exit when it comes time. So I've got to find treasures in here. That's more my style. The monster spawning thing reminded me too much of, like, Gauntlet. Great game, by the way, but I'm more old school. I'm more thinking about the old school Gauntlet. So yeah, dungeon crawling for treasure is more up my path. Still a little bit... Oh, whoa, that did kind of get me. I did not hear that. Alright. Alright then. Can I open this? No, there's no way to interact with anything. I guess there are still spawners because these things keep coming out of nowhere. Goblin Gnasher. There you go. I'm presuming... Oh, some sort of pyromancer. Whatever it was is dead now. Yeah, kick in that aura. Just kill everything as I walk into it. There's a spawner. Oh, what? Oh, that's another spawner. Not too impressed with those red spawners. They don't give me a lot to work with here. Come on, I'm trying to attack the thing. Is there some sort of way I can destroy this? There's no feedback on this one. I don't know if I'm actually hitting it or what. That's something that needs to be solved. Come on. Tell you what, I'm going to look for the spawner of those skeletons because that seems a little bit more productive. Okay. Or not. Now, I know one of these faded in the first part. But I'm getting attacked by too many creatures from this end. Oh, there's one of the treasures that I need. So far, I hate to say it, but I'm not too impressed on this one. It is relatively competent in the action sequences. I'll give it that. I am having no problem controlling the game, which is a lot better than I can talk about half of the RPGs that I've had to review this early in the game. Yeah, I'm actually pretty impressed with the action portion of it. Okay, so I found a chest. Oh, don't tell me it's another one of these red ones. Let's see, there's a spawner out here. Come on, hit it. Now I can use one of my ultimate abilities, which I may very well use here. Yeah, I can't use my ultimate ability. It's not doing anything. I guess that's not implemented yet. I have some words about that. But it'll have to wait until I figure out what am I doing even. Come on. I'm missing this. It's not actually doing any damage. Come on, stop it already. I guess there's nothing I can do about that one. There's no indication as to whether or not those red spawners can even be put down. And yet I watched one fall. So I know theoretically they can be. Some sort of guidance on that would be useful. You know, I want to say this game has potential simply because it does look like the actual action sequence is a little bit competently put together. You don't see the creatures like clipping through walls. They do rush you from wherever, so there's no sort of AI that tells them whether you're actually in range or not. They just know where you are and they go. Not a big fan of that. What the? Is there enough treasure here? Where'd all that come from? I've been down this way before. That was like nowhere near what... Oh, hold on. All of a sudden there's a spawner here. Thought I've been in here before. In fact, I know I've been in there before. Those spawners are actually respawning. Yeah, because that's the goal of this one isn't to actually take out the spawners. It's just to open these treasure chests. If I keep my eyes on the prize, maybe I don't have I don't have so much to complain about. And that'll be it, right? I still have seek treasures up there. It's green. Does that mean I finished it? Some sort of indication would be nice. Nope, that's still locked. Oh, there's a key. And we finished that level. Alright, I think... let's see what we found. Found all kinds of gear. Alright, continue the adventure. But here's the thing, I found all this gear. But I don't have any idea as to whether I can equip it or not. I think that's not... I think that may not be in the game yet. And this just gets more and more difficult as you go in. I'm going to go in here, but just so I can see whether or not... Oh, wow, there's a different sort of creature. Kill frost spiders. I can handle that. Time to bust out my wizard. Alright, this is a wave challenge. Sort of. I do like how they have different challenges on each stage, but that's not really the definition of it. That's more like a wave-based action game, not so much an RPG. This is a game that's supposed to be an RPG, but almost none of the actual RPG elements seem to be implemented yet. And here's the problem with that. I want to be constructive here. I don't tear games apart on this channel, as some of you longtime viewers may know. I won't feature a game unless there's something positive to say. The positives on this one are that at least the interface is well, and I think it's got some potential going that route. But I will say this. If you're aiming for the RPG crowd, the role-playing game crowd, which seems to be the case with all the write-ups and all the categorizations of this one, get yourself your character advancement and your inventory in place before you release it to the public. Because right now what's going to happen is you're going to show this. You're going to show this on Steam. It's available as early access on Steam. And people are probably going to be drawn in by the talk of roguelike elements and such. And most of your RPG elements aren't in place yet. And so they're probably going to give it less time than I've given it in this video, most likely. See what's in the game, see how much is not in the game, and come away with this impression that it's just a wave-based shooter. Which is, quite frankly, what it is right now. It may have that party-based veneer. But it's not really... It's like there's very little RPG-ish about it. And what that'll do is, if your target audience is wave-based shooter fans, then say it's a wave-based shooter. But if your target audience is RPG fans, they're going to want some sort of meat on them bones, even at this early access. Even at this early access. I can't in good conscience recommend this game right now, as it stands. I would have recommended that you get those RPG elements in. I'm not even gonna talk about where the various art and whether the various art and assets are original or not, because I don't know. I think they are, but I'm not gonna I'm not fit to make that judgment call, and quite frankly, I don't care. I don't care. What I care about is the gameplay. I play games that are 8-bit. I play games that are like pre-8-bit. I play games that are supposedly top-of-the-line AAA. And what I care about most of all is it a fun game? And right now, aside from the challenge of just wandering around, like, the draw of a dungeon crawler comes from two elements. Number one is the draw of killing monsters, which you've got here. You've got the killing monsters part down. But number two is the character advancement. And the character advancement is a huge portion of the draw of a dungeon crawler. Whether it be through gear, through loot, or through actually assigning skills or whatever. Even those dungeon crawlers that don't necessarily go with a bunch of skills, you're going to want it, at the very least, advancement through different kinds of loot. And this game just don't have it. And that's really going to put anybody who would ordinarily be interested in a dungeon crawl off, pretty much. Because right now, this right here, this is kind of the kind of BS. But you know what? Good luck. Good luck with it. Get some. If you're going to do RPG elements, if the end goal is going to be RPG elements, get some of those other portions where I saw in the beginning. Let's see if I can't get back to the main screen here. Yeah, I don't want to continue with the adventure. Let's go back. I can't. I can't. Yeah, I can go back. All right. I guess I go forward. Let's try to get back to the main menu here. All right, leave game. All right, if you're aiming to get the RPG crowd done, get this Sleeping Dragon in at least basically functional. Let players make their own characters. If you want to market it to your RPG, to your role-playing game crowd, you don't have to get all of the Hall of Heroes stuff in, but some sort of way to adjust your character's, equipment. Like if I finish a level and I saw all of this loot come down the line out of those boxes, let me use it. And I don't care if it's just like rusty sword versus good sword. You don't have to have the loot fleshed out. I understand this is early access, but this is a little bit too early access. And what you're doing is, I think fundamentally you're tainting the impression of the game going forward. Because right now, I will check this out later, because I believe that if half of the things that you list up here are going to be decent, like, or things that you're looking at, then it might be worth taking a look at later. But I can tell you, if I was just looking at this on the storefront right now, and I would be under the impression I would be buying something that is not in there yet. And even for early access, that's probably a no-no. So all I can recommend is get a very basic framework of character customization in, and get a very basic loot system in. Anything would be better than what's in there right now. And maybe I'm missing something. This is still real early access. I mean, look at the version number down here, Alpha 2.0. Super early access, but maybe a little bit too early. That's all I can say. At least that's what I would do if I was making a game, and I do. I have theoretically the knowledge to make a game. If I was going to make a game, and it should be telling that I'm not. If I was going to make a game, I would at least try to get at least a skeletal framework in, because a skeletal framework in is better than nothing. But anyway, good luck to you. I will keep this in mind, and I will check it out later on when it's a little bit fleshed out. I know that sometimes the developers watch my videos that I make of these. So, that's all I can say is get the framework in. Maybe give me a shout when you got it in or something. and I'll take a look at it again. Otherwise, I'll just keep an eye on it and check in from time to time if I can. Anyway, this has been the RPG Crawler with my first look at Battlecursed. If you like what you've seen, remember to leave a like, comment if you got any feedback, and subscribe for more RPG content, both tabletop and computer. Until next time, take care and goodbye.